Hi guys, welcome back to KRUZE CLUB. Today we're back at the Ventura Collection. We're about to see some amazing cars like the Ferraris, Aston Martins, McLarens. So sit back and relax and join me as we go through each and every one. So starting up, we've got the Ferrari 296 GTS. It's in the Grigio Silverstone spec, I think, with the tricolor flag right in the middle. And as you go over on the side, it's got the shields. It's got the, what brakes is this? Size is this? I think these could be 20-inch. I can't really see where the thing is. Yeah, 20-inch wheels, carbon ceramic brake discs, black brake calipers. Then as we move on the side, you can see the interior. That stunning old black interior. Passenger side has its own screen. Steering wheel, carbon, wrapped in leather. Got the buttons on the thing. Yeah, man. Alcantara. Look at these Ferrari bucket seats. Yeah, I'll move over to the back. On the side, you see these air vents. Channel air straight through. As you go to the back, you can see the V6 engine. Got the chassis number right there. These orange cables tell you that this is a hybrid. But this car is I actually believe that this car is actually quite underrated because the performance it brings is quite to the next level. I think it pushes upwards of 816 horsepower, and it makes a good daily Ferrari, I would say. Yeah, and yeah, let me know what you think about this one, the Ferrari 296 GTS. And we'll move over to another Ferrari. Now, this is the Grand Ferrari, the LaFerrari. Hypercar, it's its best. As you can see it in the Russell Corsa spec. I'm over those lights. Actually, these lights kind of remind me of the lights on the 458 Italia. Then move over to the front. See, it's got these radiators for cooling. It's got Formula One technology, so everything just goes through in there, comes out, goes through the window. You can see this vent in between, channels the air over to the back. Then in the inside, you can see it's got this red Alcantara details on the leather seats. Yeah, man. And also one fun fact with the LaFerraris is if you spot them, if you want to see if it's an Aperta or a coupe, you check with the wing mirrors. So you can see these ones are quite slant. On the Aperta, they'll be flat. So if you see one with flat wing mirrors, that's known as the open top. And move over to the back. It's got a V12 in it. Check all these carbon details. And of course, orange cables means it's a hybrid. I think it pushes up north of 900 something horsepower. Yeah, Ferrari at its best. And comparing to the Ferrari F80 we recently saw at Goodwood, in terms of looks, obviously this one's best. And in terms of being in the Holy Trinity, that one, I don't know. I just have doubts on it because one, it doesn't retain the iconic V12. Sound-wise, power-wise, power figures, yeah, they're quite good. Looks-wise, so I don't know. Maybe when we start seeing them on the road, customers having them, then we can go through and maybe we can then learn to appreciate them. Like I said in the previous video on the 12 cylinder, I had second thoughts about it when it first got launched, but after seeing it in person, I then sort of fell in love with it. So maybe the F80 will give us the same feelings. Now moving on to the McLaren P1. And now, arguably, most people say this is the best one of the Holy Trinity. But I would personally take the Ferrari. And look at the dash. Carbon, Alcantara, and paint and match seats. Yeah, it's a nice car. But I think interior-wise, I'd take the McLaren interior. Yes, the Ferrari one has some red stitching in between, but this one is more extreme. more carbon in there too. Yeah, and move over to the back. Got the engine, it's got carbon as well. I think this is powered by a 4-liter V8, and it pushes, is it? I'll put up the figures on top, but it should be over 850 horsepower. Yeah, something like that. 800, between 850 and 900. But I'll put the figures on top. And currently, it's set in its sport mode. See, it's riding low, track mode. Yeah, the wing is up, and it's pretty much ready to go. Classic cars. And we also saw the W1, the successor to this one, and that one, it's different. It's a different vibe compared to the F80 and the LaFerrari, because that one retains the looks, it retains the engine, the V8, and yeah, it's a different beast as well. So I certainly haven't made up my mind yet on whether I'll still stick with the P1 given the option, or the W1, because both of them, they look quite nice. But yeah, let us know what you think about that. And the McLaren Senna. This is another car that's quite of a controversial title, whether it's a supercar or a hypercar. This one, in my opinion, I would say it is a supercar, because it's basically a 720S that's been fully kitted for the track. So if we're using that logic, we can't really call it a hypercar, because it's pretty much the same car, just different kit. Now, if we're using that terminology, if anyone puts a different kit on the same car, then it will jump a category. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's me. But the GTR, on the other hand, it's pretty much this one on steroids. Then this one maybe it'll qualify for a hypercar, but it's only a track-focused car. Yeah, I don't think it's road legal. So maybe this one can fall into its own league, like with the Bolide, with, you know, the McLaren Solus GT. Yeah, them kind of cars. Yeah, that's where we'll put this. So we can't, I don't think we can call it hypercar as such. Maybe there's its own terminology there. But yeah, nevertheless, we've got the Senna here. It's all aerodynamic. I like the orange decals on the side, all those flaps, all those aero flaps. They're fully functional, everything goes through. This opens up, and I think you can fit maybe your cap for storage. Check, all exposed carbon everywhere. I'm sure even all these painted bits is carbon as well. Got the seats, got the windows. Yeah, this is one strange part though. I don't like how the window is like, but you got the scoop over there. Check the details, got the window here, all exposed carbon. Come over, still got the 4-liter V8. Check these wings. Yeah, check the difference between the wings, right? Look at how big. This is considered to be big, because compare it to the P1. P1 wing is big, but now it looks small in comparison. But now look at the GTR's wing. Now this is mad. But it's full of carbon. Everywhere you check is just carbon galore. And actually, one thing that's actually different is, I think this is probably a UK spec car. And you can see that with the 3 tailpipes because of emissions, regulations, etc. Then this one, I think it's maybe American or European, because it's got the 2 tailpipes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it has something to do with that the ones here in Europe or UK have 3 exhaust tips for emissions purposes, and the ones like America, etc. come with 2. So I'm not too sure if they apply on these 2, since this is a GTR for the track and that one's for the road, but I think there is something that has to do with that. And you can check how extreme this is. Look at this diffuser, and look at that one on the Senna. I think this is a good comparison since both of them are right here. And you can take a look. This is how extreme this car is, man. Track focus, fully track focus. McLaren racing bucket seats. Carbon everywhere. Look at it, even the steering wheel. It's got a racing steering wheel as compared to this one. This is more like a road focused one. Yeah, it's even got an antenna, hood scoop. But yeah, it still retains the overall Senna-esque. But like I said, it's a McLaren Senna on steroids. Now next up, this is the Audi R8 V10. I think this is the V10 Plus Spider. Yeah, this is sleek, as we all know. Oh, look at this finish. Okay. Titanium-like finish. What is this? Is this automatic? I thought it was a manual, but still, nevertheless, it's got a V10 power. And these cars share the same engine with the Huracan. So if you want like a budget version of the Huracan, you can still get it from there, because I'm sure you can still tune it up to get the same figures from that to put them here. And it's an Audi, and it's pretty much the same car. But yeah, it's an Audi R8. Every time I see this car, I always think of, Iron Man, Tony Stark. I think he's the one who really got this car hype up. But yeah, it's nice. It's a nice spec. Red one. It's got the carbon accents. Yeah, man. What we got here? Porsche 911 T. What is like a Porsche? I feel like Porsches just look good in every color, to be honest. And black, it just gives a different sense. I think these are magnesium wheels. Yeah, man. And move on to the Huracan. Yeah, I think this car is just timeless. Lamborghini did a thing when they made this car, to be honest. And this spec, this is probably the Avantio Borealis, I think. Yeah, it's nice. Check how low it is. Like, just the shape looks like a fighter jet. So dash, Alcantara. Here go the stitching. Yeah, man. And move over to the back, at least on this one you can actually see, because on that Spider you can see the V10. But yeah, there it is. Naturally aspirated V10. Also got the forged carbon details underneath. And I think I've heard that it was quite an expensive option. You know, the exhaust tips, diffuser. Yeah, this car still looks timeless. Although I think I would prefer maybe the Performante, but still this one just looks sleek, as is. Maybe a custom exhaust and good to go. Because these things are quite bulletproof as well. Look at them, carbon ceramic brakes. Yeah, LP 16 full, and this is the 4-wheel drive version as well. So you're good, you're guaranteed all the stability you need. Now we got the McLaren 570S Spider. And this car, I just like it, man. Carbon ceramics, obviously carbon ceramics over there. Comparing it to the Lambo, which one would you pick? The Huracan or the 570S? Because I think these two cars are in the same league or same comparison bracket. But look at this interior, man. White leather, Alcantara on the dash and carbon. Ooh, look at all this carbon. Yeah, man, this is nice. Look at all these doors. Everything is aero related, you know. See all these air vents for air move. I think under the hood it has a 3.8 liter V8, something like that. I'll put up the performance figures pretty much on every car just so I don't get them wrong. But yeah, this is where we're at. And now, in terms of cars that I'm liking as supercars, like if I'm to get a supercar right now, it'll be a derivative version of this car, the McLaren 720S, but not this one in particular. I'll get the 765 LT, because that car, there's just something about it. Every time I see one, I'm always like, whoa, okay, no, that's a supercar, you know what I mean? It just looks the part, it does the part, everything just ticks the boxes. And looking at these, we have the Spider over here, and we have the Coupe. Which one would you pick? Because this is pretty much, I think these are identical specs, somewhat. The difference is the wheels. These are like, these are like shinier than those ones. Carbon ceramics. Obviously the color is different. This is volcano orange, And I'm not sure what blue this is, but yeah, we'll definitely put it up there. Look at the seats as well. These seats are sort of color matched, whereas this is just Alcantara and leather on the side. Then in the interior wise, you can see how it looks. It's, you know, driver focused. Everything sort of faces the driver. Check the gear shift. It doesn't have a normal gear shift. It just got buttons. So drive, neutral, reverse. Then I think your sport button should be somewhere else there. Yeah, man. So the only difference now will be, should we take the Spider or the Coupe? As you can see, this has carbon roof. And can you see the engine from the back? Yeah, and you can still see that it is a derivative of McLaren, like comparing it to the P1. But like, if you're comparing wing size, look at how big that wing is, and look at that one. But yeah, as we carry on, got the Aston Martin Vantage V8. I'm not sure what spec this is, but this is a very nice spec. I think this is a Nardo gray, and I do like the accents. Got the yellow accents, carbon. Yeah, man. I think we've done 2 of these on the page, a white one and a dark gray one. Yeah, but if you can see the interior, it's got a carbon roof, and it uses the same V8 engine as you find in a C63. Obviously, yeah, same block, but I think different internals, something like that. But yeah, it's a Vantage V8. It sort of competes, innit? Because I think if you're maybe comparing it to these supercars, which one can you compare it to? Maybe that Porsche. I know it's not a supercar, it's a sports car. But yeah, I think this would be in the bracket to compare it to the Porsche, and I don't think the R8 can be part of that conversation. Maybe. If you think so, leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'll move on to the next one. Now we've got the Bentley Continental GT. Yeah, man, we're talking luxury over here. Bentley. Yeah, man, look at that interior. And you can literally see the gradual differences from the supercars and the hypercars interiors. They're track focused. You know, you're just in there to enjoy it on the track. There's no comfort. It's not comfort orientated. But like, if you look at the seats here, look at how big these seats are, and then you look at how small the carbon seats are, and just the dash, all of that. It's like you're driving a house. You know what I mean? It's a house on wheels. And so luxury. It's a Grand Tourer. You're meant to do mileage in these. You know, go across trips everywhere you want to go. You can take it. Under the hood, it's got the 4-liter V8, so you know it's packing a punch. Next to it is the GT4 Lusso. This is another GT4. This is Ferrari's first 4-seater car. Now it's been replaced by the Purosangue. But yeah, this is where it started. This is where they put out the whole theme of it. And it's actually nice to see one, because I've been just seeing, like, you know, them on pictures, and I believe Shmi had 2 of these as well. So yeah, actually seeing one in person is actually quite intriguing. But yeah, it does look nice, because I always thought, Ferrari that looks like this in person, I wonder how it's going to be looking. But yeah, still looking at it, still has the design language. Like, you still got them lights on the LaFerrari, sort of the same design language at that time. The long hood, yeah, man. But comparing these 2 Grand Tourers, which one would you take? And we've got the Aston Martin DB11. This is another Grand Tourer, and considering that 1, 2, 3, yeah, we're gonna get the incredible Grand Tourers. This packs, I think this is the V8 version. I'm not too sure. We'll check, but that should be the V8 version. Look at the leather, and I think this was when they were sort of powered by, should be a V8 from AMG as well, because like, if you can see that center thing there, it sort of resembles the one that the trackpad. I think it's sort of the same one as you find in AMG cars of that era. Yeah, I'll double check just to make sure if I'm not wrong. And this is the active wing. pops up, you know, for aided aerodynamics. Single tip exhaust tips. It's kind of like that V8 Vantage, but on a, what can I say? It's like the bigger brother to it. Same as how the 570 is to the 720 is sort of looking like. Yeah, don't know if you get what I mean, but yeah. Now, this is the Grand Tourer of Grand Tours, the Rolls-Royce Wraith. Look at it, man. Like, this is where luxury is defined. You know, I mean, I know you got Bentley, you got Ferrari, Aston Martin, but something about a Rolls just speaks to it. Check the spirit of ecstasy. This is actual metal, no plastics whatsoever. Rolls-Royce badges, and look at the attention to detail. I'm not sure if the camera is gonna pick this up, but look at the metallics in the paint. This is a true tone. Look at them wheels, floating center caps. Come on, man. And the doors open the other way. And look at the interior. Yeah, man. Rolls-Royce Wraith. Yeah, man. I'm actually quite upset at the same time that Rolls-Royce decided to kill off this car to bring us the Spectre. And I actually think that the Spectre was supposed to be this, like the next version, like the Rolls-Royce Wraith Series 2. But I did speak to a couple of Rolls-Royce guys at Goodwood, and they did say the Spectre was actually supposed to be the next Phantom drop head. If you remember that one, yeah, the coupe, the Phantom coupe, yeah, that's the one that was supposed to be replaced by the Spectre. So meaning, whatever the Wraith was gonna come by, but now we'll never know because obviously emissions, etc. But like, this car is just timeless, man. This car is just timeless. Rolls-Royce Wraith. That's got a 6.5 liter twin turbo V12. Yeah, epic Grand Tourer. You can see 4 people in there. 4 Grand Tours. Which one you picking? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now we got a different vibe over here. This is the X6M competition. Yeah, man. 4.4 liter V8 bi-turbo. Look at the interior. White seats over the black. Yeah, man. Yeah. Though I'm not really a BMW fan, this does pull its weight. We'll have to see a comparison. I would love to do a comparison between the X6M competition and the GL63. If anyone has those, or if you have both of them, hit me up so we can do a nice video. I got the Brothers G-Wag, yeah, big boy toy. You got a B on the badge, yeah, cut different bumper, because on the G-Wagon normally it's got slats all over, but yeah, redefined, still carries over this. Now this coupe is, I think, apart everything on this kit, yeah, it's nice, but this coupe just sort of ruins it for me because it's fake. It doesn't do anything. Like, you see, it's closed over here. Yes, it's carbon. Yes, it's whatever. So it's just an aesthetic piece, which probably increases the amount of drag you have when you put that on there, because now air is pretty much not going anywhere. But yeah, I've got these 20, what are these, 24s? Yeah, man, big wheels. Brabus 800 decals. Yeah, obviously they have, Brabus will modify these cars, and the engine, I'm not sure if it still remains a 4 liter or it becomes now a 4.5 liter, because obviously they'll bore cylinders to make more power, etc to raise it up, because the standard G-Wagon is, I think, 585 horsepower stock, and this one is now 800, so that's like a big jump. But look at the interior. Orange on black, which is like pretty much the aesthetic of your carbon on the steering wheel, orange everywhere. Yeah, man. Yeah, now this is a big boy toy. This is big boy. Let's make it perfect daily. Yeah, got the exhaust on the side. Yeah, Brabus 800 on the side. Quite a tall boy as well. It's even got a wing. Yeah, man. Carbon accents, like I said, all these. If only these bits were like real, you know. Let the air come out. You know, I don't know why they'll make them fake. I don't know why they actually don't make them. It's also got Brabus door handles as well. No, carbon door handles. I don't know why they still make them fake, because I'm sure if these were made functional, they will actually be functional and actually look better, but like, what do I know? And finally we got the Range Rover. I mean, yeah, this is a nice off-roading car that you never take off-road, because it's a Range Rover. It's probably the only off-road you take it to is when you're driving to the supermarket to get something. But yeah, it's nice still. Nothing bad to say about the Rolls-Royce. We've done reviews on this one. I'll put the pop-up thing. You can check them out if you want to see something about that. And then even on the G-Wagon, so far we haven't done AMG version. We've only done the electric one. Also pop up the thing on the top. Also with the R8, we've done the R8. I don't know how many pop-ups I'll get, but you can check them when you're done with this video and just leave your thoughts in the comments there. So yeah, man, this is the Ventura Collection. See all these amazing cars, and I'd like to know which one you pick, whether it's gonna be a daily. Just leave me your top. If I say top 5, that'll be a lot, because yeah, there's a lot of cars, but not that a lot to say top 5. But yeah, give me your top 3 selection of cars in this range, and just let me know why you pick them. Give me your daily, give me your Friday car and your Sunday car, because obviously different days, so different vibes. And just let me know what you think, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's the problem. The whole hybrid scene is just yeah. How do you open this door?
So it's from the inside.
From the inside.